This is your weekly report on corruption in the Philippine government. Up to a year-long wait for vital funding has plagued graduate science scholars due to delays at the Department of Science and Technology Science Education Institute, with state auditors finding $1.748 billion in scholarship funds still unreported. According to the 2023 Commission on Audit report, financial assistance to scholars of the Accelerated Science and Technology Human Resource Development Program was delayed by 1 to 12 months. State auditors believe that the crux of the fund release delays lies in the lack of documented disbursements to scholars, pointing to the failure to establish a mechanism for effectively implementing the scholarship program. The SEI did not formulate policy and mechanism to ensure the efficient implementation of the ASTHRDP scholarship program. Thereby the timely submission of reports by the member universities of the consortium was not observed, causing delay in the release of financial assistance to beneficiaries of the scholarship program. COA said, this scholarship program aims to produce highly skilled science and technology researchers to boost the country's global competitiveness and innovation in the field. While COA acknowledged that the scholarship funds for the program's 1,884 scholars from 2021 to 2023 were largely utilized, it also flagged a strikingly low liquidation rate for transferred funds. In 2021, the entire 1.728 billion pesos allocation was utilized, and in 2022, 97.75% of the 1.390 billion pesos allocation was spent. By 2023, the utilization rate dropped to 79.71%, or nearly 4/5 of the 1.306 billion pesos allocation, though this was still deemed high. However, COA found a significant discrepancy in 2023. Of the 642.109 million pesos released funds to universities, responsible for disbursing funds to scholars, only 16.40% was liquidated. Meanwhile, the liquidation rate for previous years was 44.41% of the 2.179 billion pesos in transferred funds. This leaves the scholarship program with 1.748 billion pesos in transferred funds, considered unspent or not yet received by scholars. This high utilization, coupled with low liquidation, indicates that a significant portion of the released funds lacked proper documentation, raising concerns about whether the funds reached the scholars' pockets. COA clarified the key distinction: transferring funds to universities does not count as disbursement. Citing National Budget Circular 590, auditors explained that disbursement occurs only when payment is made for rendered, inspected, and accepted goods or services. However, to be eligible for these benefits, scholars must maintain full-time enrollment in their graduate program. They are also prohibited from being employed or practicing their profession. The funds allocated for the DOST-SEI program are intended to support students in financial need, helping them pursue their education and contribute to the country's development. Due to COA's finding of low disbursement, the unexpended or undisbursed funds are expected to be returned to the National Treasury after a specified period. The responsibility for disbursing and liquidating scholarship funds largely rests with member universities, as they are tasked with verifying student eligibility and ensuring compliance with the scholarship agreement. COA pointed out that the issue stems from the lack of standardized guidelines for fund disbursement. Some universities release funds monthly, while others do so on a quarterly or semestral basis. Having no policy or guidelines on the frequency of the release of financial assistance to scholars affects the efficient implementation of the scholarship program, state auditors said. Due to the flexibility universities have in releasing financial assistance, scholars have reportedly been forced to take part-time jobs while pursuing postgraduate studies, which breaches their scholarship agreements. It is important to ensure the timely release of financial assistance to scholars to allow them to focus on their studies and comply with the terms of the scholarship agreement, as delays forced some scholars to seek part-time jobs employment to sustain their daily needs, COA said. The report also noted complaints from scholars about the SEI or coordinators failing to inform them of issues related to their scholarship status and allowances, and, at times, not responding to email inquiries. The SEI explained that they release funds to universities only upon receiving status or financial reports on the scholarship program. However, since some universities fail to submit these reports on time, the agency said it is forced to withhold funds, resulting in delayed payments. A solution the agency came up with is to centralize fund distribution through Land Bank of the Philippines We-Access platform, directly releasing financial aid to scholars instead of transferring funds to universities. It will also hold a reorientation meeting with staff involved in the graduate scholarship program to refresh and update the requirements for issuing scholarship funds, along with other relevant policies. The agency agreed to comply with COA's recommendations, which include formulating a policy and mechanism for the timely release of funds by universities and effective monitoring of report submissions. The SEI also committed to centralizing fund distribution, regularly updating scholars on delays or concerns, and providing clear instructions on how scholars can seek help with scholarship issues. An off-duty policeman allegedly shot and killed a security guard who intervened during a marital altercation inside a bus in Bansalan, Davao del Sur before dawn on Saturday, the 28th of December. Police identified the victim as Reynaldo Bigno Jr. from Maquilala, Cotabato. Investigation said the suspect, Police Corporal Alfred Dalton Sabas, assigned to the General Santos City Police Station 7, and his wife were riding a bus from Barangay Batasan, Maquilala, Cotabato when they figured in an altercation at past 2 am. Bigno stepped in to defuse the situation, but the suspect, who was allegedly drunk, was irked and shot the victim in the head. The victim died on the spot. Sabas fled with his wife and the bus driver asked assistance from policemen manning a checkpoint in Magsaysay, Davao del Sur. The suspect fired at responding policemen, Police Corporals Kenneth Morith Ramos and Police Patrolman Russell Love Tapia, who sustained bullet wounds and taken to a hospital. Sabas and his wife were apprehended in a pursuit operation. The couple faces appropriate cases. The victim's family, particularly his son, a graduating elementary pupil, expressed anger over his death in a radio interview. According to them, the victim left money to buy gifts and food for Medianoche, New Year's Eve repast, as he won't be able to join them as he is on duty on the 31st of December. Top police officers in Davao del Sur and the Police Regional Office 12 are monitoring the case. 3 active cops and another on absent without official leave status were arrested for allegedly conspiring to rob an establishment in Bulacan on Saturday night. Corporal Jason Medalada and Staff Sergeant Mark Rallian Vicente, assigned at Calacan City Police Station, Corporal Jason Medalada, assigned at Quezon City Police District, and Patrolman Rianil Basilio, who was previously assigned at Malabon City Police Station, were arrested at around 10:20 p.m. along El Camino Road, Barangay Perez in Micoyan City, according to the Philippine National Police Sunday. An initial investigation revealed that the Micoyan City Police Station received a telephone call from a concerned citizen regarding suspicious persons about to rob an establishment. Police officers who responded to the scene found the suspects in possession of a .45 caliber pistol, 4 9mm pistols, and some 23 grams of suspected shabu. They also recovered PNP identification cards, 9 mobile phones, 3 motorcycles, 2 Land Transportation Office motorcycle license plates, 4 motorcycle helmets, assorted items of clothing with 3 caps, and 6 bonnets. The 4 officers were turned over to the Micoyan Police and will face administrative cases for violations on Republic Act Numbers 105-91 of the Comprehensive Firearms and Ammunition Regulation Act and 9165 of the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act. The Commission on Audit flagged the Department of the Interior and local government for maintaining 4 unauthorized bank accounts, stressing that their creation and retention as of 2023 have no legal basis. However, following the COA's report, the DILG closed its 4 trust fund accounts at the Land Bank of the Philippines with an aggregate amount of over 12.98 million pesos. In a statement, the DILG explained the accounts were used as depository accounts for funds from other national government agencies, adding that the accounts were created to ensure the prompt release of funds to support the implementation of various programs and projects. Earlier, the DILG had closed the 1.73 million pesos R09 Trust Regular account and the DILG NCR Local Government Academy Special Project account with 111,009 pesos. Further, the DILG is processing the closing of the 1.116 million pesos DILG NCR Special Project account and the 10.025 million pesos DILG Central Office Trust account. For the latter, the department has returned the unutilized 2.363 million pesos balance to the source agency, and has utilized the 5.834 million pesos from the Department of Trade and Industry and the Bureau of Fire Protection Interagency Task Force. As of today, The BFPIATF fund balance of only 199,627 pesos shall be utilized for unpaid claims, after which, any remaining balances shall be remitted to the Bureau of Treasury at year-end. The DILG is now coordinating with the BTR to open the Modified Disbursement System Trust account under the LBP. This account will be used for fund transfers granted or entrusted to the department and may take effect on the 20th of January 25, the DILG explained. Former Fisheries Undersecretary Eduardo Gongona has failed in his bid to reverse his graft indictment over alleged irregularities in the awarding of a 2.1 billion pesos contract for vessel monitoring system transceivers to a British company in 2018. In a 13-page order, the Office of the Ombudsman denied Gongona's motions for partial reconsideration for the reversal of the graft indictments against him. Former Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources National Director Demosthenes Escoto and Simon Tucker of SRT Marine Systems Solutions. The Ombudsman said the motions lacked basis. Succinctly, the respondent movement did not include any newly discovered evidence that would materially affect the assailed findings of this office. Neither was he able to show any errors of law or irregularities committed therein that would warrant its reversal, the Ombudsman said. The arguments he has put forth have either been already considered or passed upon in the assailed resolution, or better ventilated during trial proper than at the preliminary investigation level, it added. The complaint was filed by lawyer James Maya Victoriano after the contract to supply VMS transmitters and transceivers for BFAR's Integrated Marine Environment Monitoring System Project Phase 2 was awarded to SRT UK. The supply contract was initially awarded to an unqualified bidder, SRT France, before it was cancelled and awarded to the parent company, SRT UK. The Philo project aimed to strengthen BFAR's capability to monitor the country's maritime resources by requiring all commercial fishing vessels to install a monitoring system showing their location at sea. A police officer was detained after he allegedly shot dead a construction worker and wounded the victim's father in Philippine, Negros Occidental on Christmas Day. The 21-year-old victim was declared dead on arrival at the Valladolid District Hospital, where his father was also taken for treatment. Reports said Corporal Armin Alanza, 36, a member of the 604th Maneuver Company of the Western Visayas Police, and the victims figured in a spat in a shop in Barangay Canjusa. Police said Alanza drew his service pistol and allegedly shot the victims, killing one of them. Alanza suffered an injury in the head after the victim's father hit him during the commotion, reports said. The Western Visayas Police assured the family of the victims that a thorough and impartial investigation would be conducted on the case. A member of Bureau of Fire Protection was shot and killed by unidentified gunmen in front of his house in Barangay Pantai Dahir on Sunday, the 29th of December. Police identified the victim as Senior Fire Officer 1 Anthony T. Manuel, 40, assigned to the BFP Vigan. Investigation said that the victim was on his way out of his house to work on board a motorcycle at about 10 p.m. when he was shot. He was declared dead in the hospital from multiple bullet wounds. Police recovered 4 empty shells and 1 fired bullet in the crime scene. Follow-up investigation is underway. The Philippine National Police has recorded 15 cases of indiscriminate discharge of firearms ahead of the New Year's Eve revelry, with 10 of the lawbreakers taken into custody following the incidents between the 16th of December and the 29th of December. The 10 arrested included government personnel, one of them a police officer, the other a member of the Bureau of Corrections, and the third a security guard. The other 7 were civilians. A total of 9 firearms were confiscated by the PNP by region. Of the 15 cases of indiscriminate firing, 6 were from Calabarzon, 4 from National Capital Region, 2 from Central Visayas, and 1 each from Zamboanga Peninsula, Davao, and the Cordillera Administrative Region. The PNP also reported that 4 people were wounded due to indiscriminate firing while a 5th person was hit by a stray bullet. There were also 4 incidents of stray bullets. PNP Chief General Rommel Marble on Sunday placed all police units nationwide on heightened alert to assist the public, particularly travelers and those facing emergencies. He said that police units had been mobilized to maintain peace and order during New Year celebrations and ensure public safety. Our officers are trained and equipped to handle emergencies, from providing immediate first aid to assisting in fire response operations. We are ready to serve the public in every way possible, Marble said in a statement. A police intelligence officer was killed while 3 persons were wounded after 2 unidentified gunmen shot them while they were sitting at a small store in Lebak Town, Sultan Kudarat province on Monday night. Colonel Bernardeo, Sultan Kudarat Police Director identified the victim as Staff Master Sergeant Louis Noble, who was assigned to the Lubbock Municipal Police Office. Leo said Noble was conducting surveillance in the town's amusement park in Barangay Poblacion 1 together with other civilian agents when they were attacked past 11 p.m. Noble suffered a gunshot wound in the head and body. The three other victims were Crescenciano Cia, 33, Ronaldo Fernando, 32, and Christian Pedra, 24. Crescenciano sustained a gunshot wound on his left ankle, while Fernando was hit on his right biceps. Pedro was wounded on his back. Police scene of the crime operatives recovered 10 empty shells for caliber 45 and caliber 40 pistols. Pursuit operation against the suspects is ongoing. Initial police investigation revealed that the attack could be work-related. An active member of the Philippine Air Force landed in detention after he was caught spending time with his alleged mistress in Lapu-Lapu City, Cebu on Monday, the 30th of December. On Sunday evening, the 29th of December, police in Lapu-Lapu City responded to a complaint filed by a 42-year-old woman who accused her husband of having illicit affairs. The husband turned out to be an active member of the Philippine Air Force. According to reports from the Lapu-Lapu City Police Station, the wife told police that she received a tip from a friend, claiming to have spotted her 41-year-old husband with another woman. The victim also told the police that she had long suspected that her husband had a mistress, adding that she had been lied to multiple times. The police then proceeded to Barangay Agus, also in Lapu-Lapu City, where the suspect was reportedly spotted with his mistress. A few hours later, at approximately 1 a.m. the next day, Monday, authorities managed to track down the suspect and his mistress inside the latter's rented boarding house in Sitio Malinao, also in Barangay Agus. Police said they caught the suspect sleeping with his mistress, who was a 38-year-old seamstress. Both the suspect and his mistress are currently under the custody of Lapu-Lapu City Police Station. The former may face charges of concubinage while adultery for the latter. That's all for this week. I'll see you next Friday with more stories of corruption and foolishness within the Philippine government.